Eli Carter wiped the sweat from his forehead as he bent over the engine of an old cargo ship. The asteroid station where he worked was small, dusty, and often lonely. The walls of the workshop were lined with tools, parts, and pieces of machines that had seen better days. Outside, jagged rocks stretched into the blackness of space, and the only sound was the faint hum of machinery. Eli had been repairing ships for years, and every day was a challenge. Supplies were limited, parts were expensive, and sometimes the ships he received were almost impossible to fix. But Eli loved machines. They spoke a language of their own, and he could understand it better than most people understood words. That day, Eli was fixing a minor leak in a fuel conduit. Sparks flew, metal groaned, and the air smelled faintly of oil and ozone. He worked slowly but carefully, his hands steady despite the noise. He had just tightened a pipe when something outside caught his eye. A bright light flashed against the black sky. Eli squinted. It was moving fast, too fast for a meteor. Before he could react, a ship crashed onto the rocky surface nearby. The impact shook the asteroid, and rocks tumbled down the slope toward his workshop. Eli ducked instinctively, covering his head. When the dust settled, he crawled out from under the metal table and stepped outside. The ship was unlike anything he had seen before. Its surface was smooth and shiny, with strange symbols etched along the hull. Lights pulsed in colors Eli had never imagined. The metal seemed alive, bending in subtle ways as if the ship were breathing. Smoke and sparks came from broken panels, and he could hear faint clicking sounds inside. Eli's heart raced. His first thought was that someone, some alien, might still be inside. Most humans would have run, but curiosity and instinct pulled him forward. He grabbed his toolbox and climbed down the rocky slope toward the wreck. Inside the ship, he found creatures unlike any humans had ever met. They were small, with smooth skin that shimmered in the dim light. Their eyes were large and bright, and they moved slowly, clearly weak from the crash. One of them tried to reach a control panel, but its body trembled. Eli didn't understand their language, but he could tell they were in pain and frightened. He set down his toolbox and spoke gently, "I'm here to help. Don't worry." The creatures looked at him, their eyes wide. They made soft clicking noises, and one of them extended a hand, touching his arm. Eli smiled and nodded. "It's okay. I'll fix your ship." For the next few hours, Eli worked carefully. He had never seen technology like this. The panels were smooth, and the circuits glowed with strange colors. No manual, no diagrams, no instructions. Only his hands, his mind, and the small tools he carried. He removed broken components, soldered wires, and replaced panels using parts he improvised from his own stock. The creatures watched silently. Occasionally, one would make a noise or gesture toward a section of the ship. Eli did his best to follow their guidance. Slowly, the ship began to hum with energy. Lights blinked in patterns he could not understand. Small doors opened and closed. The clicking noises from the creatures grew softer, almost like sighs of relief. As night fell, the asteroid sky filled with stars. Eli wiped his hands and leaned against the ship. He felt tired but proud. The ship looked whole again, even if he didn't understand all of its functions. Suddenly, a soft light appeared above the control panel. Eli stepped back in surprise. A holographic figure emerged, glowing in shades of blue and green. Its shape was vaguely humanoid but more elegant and smooth. Eli froze, unsure what to do. The figure tilted its head and made a series of melodic sounds. Eli couldn't understand them. Then a small device on the figure's wrist emitted a sound, and words appeared in a language he could read. "Thank you, human, you saved us." Eli blinked. I didn't do much. I just fixed your ship." The hologram shimmered and seemed to nod. "You have a skill that is rare. You have courage and understanding. That is why you are worthy of our trust." Eli stared at the figure. He didn't know what to say. Humans were explorers and engineers, yes, but trust from an alien species, that was unexpected. The alien figure gestured toward the hull of the ship. Eli saw a small panel open, revealing a glowing crystal inside. The crystal pulsed with energy. He stepped closer. "Is this dangerous?" he asked. The figure shook its head. "It is not harmful. It is a gift, or a token of friendship, but it can only be understood by one with the mind and heart of a human." Eli felt a shiver run down his spine. He had repaired machines before, but never anything like this. The alien technology was beyond anything humans had created. And yet somehow it trusted him. Before he could reach out, the alien figure vanished, leaving only the soft hum of the ship. Eli stared at the glowing crystal, unsure what to do. His instincts told him to be careful, but curiosity, his lifelong companion, pushed him forward. He touched the crystal. It was warm, almost alive, but not unpleasantly so. Energy seemed to flow into his hands, filling him with a strange sense of clarity. He pulled back, startled. The crystal's light dimmed slightly. Eli sat down on a nearby rock, trying to process everything that had happened. He had fixed the ship, saved the aliens, and now he had been given a gift. But what did it mean? What could it do? Hours passed. Eli couldn't sleep. He thought about the aliens, their words, the glowing crystal. He thought about his life on the asteroid station, how lonely it could be, how hard work and determination had shaped him. And he realized something important. Humans had something special. Curiosity, courage, and creativity. That was why he had been able to fix the ship, even without understanding all its technology. Humans could adapt, think, and solve problems in ways no one expected. The next morning, Eli returned to the ship. The aliens were gone, leaving only traces of their presence, small footprints, faint energy trails, and the glowing crystal still in the panel. Eli carefully removed the crystal and placed it in his toolbox. He decided to study it later, when he had time and space. For now, he needed to finish repairs on the asteroid station's own systems before another day of work began. As he worked, he noticed small improvements in his own skills. Machines responded faster to his touch. Circuits that had puzzled him before seemed to make sense. It was subtle, but he could feel it. The gift of understanding was already at work. Days passed. Eli continued his normal routine, repairing ships and maintaining the station. But every now and then he glanced at the crystal. He knew it was more than just a piece of alien technology. It was a symbol, a reminder that humans could achieve great things. Then, one day, a distress signal reached the asteroid station. Another ship, human this time, had been caught in a meteor storm nearby. Eli's heart raced. He knew he could help. With the skills and insight he had gained from the alien gift, he worked quickly, preparing a small craft to reach the ship. As he took off, looking back at the asteroid and the quiet station, Eli felt a surge of pride. Humans were small, fragile creatures compared to the vast universe. But they had something unique: intelligence, courage, and the will to act when it mattered most. That was why he had been able to save the aliens, and why he would be able to save his fellow humans. Eli guided his craft through the meteor storm, dodging rocks and debris. The alien ship he had repaired earlier had shown him that, with skill and courage, no challenge was impossible. He felt ready for whatever awaited him. The universe was full of unknowns, strange beings, and dangerous situations, but humans had a way of rising to the occasion. Finally, he spotted the damaged ship, its hull battered and sparks flying. Eli smiled. Another challenge, another opportunity. And with the alien gift still glowing softly in his toolbox, he knew that he could face it, and any other challenge, with the heart and mind of a human mechanic. And so, in the quiet of space, among the stars and rocks, Eli Carter prepared to show the universe what humanity was truly capable of. Eli Carter's small spacecraft glided smoothly through space, the stars stretching into long streaks of light outside the cockpit. He clutched the controls with steady hands, but his mind was on the glowing crystal he had discovered days earlier. Its faint energy pulsed softly in his toolbox, a reminder that the universe was larger and stranger than he had ever imagined. The distress signal from the human ship was still active. Its crew was trapped, the hull badly damaged and systems failing fast. Eli knew he had to act quickly. He had repaired ships for years, but this was different. The gift from the aliens had sharpened his skills, given him insight into technology he had never seen before. He felt more confident than ever. Humans could face any challenge if they remained calm, clever, and determined. As he approached the damaged ship, he could see the meteor storm had left its mark. Panels were torn, wires dangled, and sparks flew from broken circuits. The crew inside must have been terrified. Eli steadied his breath, ran a quick scan of his own small craft, and prepared to dock. Every movement was precise, every calculation mattered. The docking was smooth, almost as if the ship responded to his intentions. Eli stepped inside the damaged vessel, greeted by a mixture of smoke, blinking lights, and anxious crew members. They were young engineers, pilots, and scientists, all struggling to keep systems online. When they saw Eli, relief washed over their faces. "You made it," one of the pilots shouted. "We thought we were done for." Eli nodded. "I'm here to help, just stay calm and follow my instructions." He moved quickly through the ship, examining the control panels, engine components, and power conduits. The crystal in his toolbox seemed to resonate faintly as he worked. Circuits that had once confused him now seemed clearer, as if the alien gift whispered the right solutions. He replaced broken components, rerouted energy lines, and stabilized the failing systems. The crew watched in awe. One of the engineers asked, "How do you know what to do? These systems aren't standard. They're advanced, almost experimental." Eli smiled faintly. "It's all about understanding the machine. Every system has a logic. You just have to listen carefully." Hours passed, but Eli didn't stop. He worked with care and precision, taking the time to explain small steps to the crew as he went. He wanted them to learn, not just survive. Humans could face danger, yes, but knowledge and teamwork were just as important as courage. By nightfall, the ship's systems were stabilizing. The crew cheered quietly, relief shining in their eyes. Eli felt a deep satisfaction. Saving the ship wasn't just about fixing metal and circuits. It was about giving people hope, showing them that even in the face of disaster, humans could prevail. Just as he finished checking the final power conduit, a soft hum echoed from the crystal. Eli opened his toolbox and saw the glow intensify. The crystal's energy seemed to flow through him, not in a way that hurt, but in a way that enhanced his understanding. He realized something incredible. The crystal was teaching him. Not in words, not in instructions, but through insight. Systems that had been puzzles hours ago now made sense. He could anticipate problems before they happened, identify weak points, and improve efficiency beyond normal human capability. Eli's excitement grew, but so did his sense of responsibility. This gift wasn't just a tool, it was an opportunity. He could help humanity in ways no one else could, but with opportunity came risk. If misused, the gift could attract attention from beings or civilizations that might not have good intentions. As he thought about this, the ship's communication system blinked. A faint signal appeared, not human in origin. Eli recognized the pattern immediately. It was similar to the alien ship he had repaired days earlier. Someone or something was reaching out. The crew gathered around him, curiosity and fear in their eyes. "What is it?" one asked. Eli studied the signal. "It's an alien message. I don't know who they are yet, but it looks like they're trying to communicate." He activated the ship's translator system and carefully tuned it to the signal. Words formed slowly on the screen. "Human skilled in repair, we observe. You have aided our kin. Your courage and wisdom are noted. Prepare for guidance." The crew stared at him in disbelief. Eli himself felt a thrill of excitement and caution. Guidance from an alien civilization. This was beyond anything humanity had ever experienced, yet he felt calm. He had faced impossible tasks before, and he trusted his instincts. The next step was clear. He had to follow the signal. Eli calculated a safe course and prepared the damaged ship for a jump through space. The crew watched as he worked, realizing that human ingenuity, determination, and courage were guiding them forward. As the ship moved through space, the signal led them to a hidden station orbiting a small, uncharted planet. The station was enormous, built from metal and crystal, glowing softly in the darkness. It was unlike any human structure. Eli felt a sense of awe mixed with resolve. Humans could do extraordinary things when they used their intelligence and creativity, and now they were about to witness the work of another civilization. Upon docking, Eli led the crew inside the station. Strange devices hummed with energy. Panels displayed information in alien symbols, yet the crystal in his toolbox allowed him to interpret them. Every step he took was confident and precise. He guided the crew through repairs, activating systems that stabilized the station and restored power to its core. The aliens who arrived were different from the small beings he had met before. They were taller, more elegant, and moved with purpose. Their eyes glowed faintly, and their presence commanded attention without threatening it. Eli stepped forward, offering a respectful bow, a human gesture of peace and trust. The leader approached and through the translator spoke. "You have proven yourself human. Not only have you repaired our machines, but you have shown courage, patience, and wisdom. These qualities are rare, even among our species. You are worthy of the gift we promised." Eli felt a mixture of pride and humility. "I only did what I could. Humans solve problems, adapt, and try to help when we can. That is our way." The alien leader's eyes seemed to glow brighter. "Indeed. And because of your way, we entrust you with a device that will enhance your understanding of technology, energy, and the universe itself. It is not a weapon, but a tool for insight. Use it wisely and it will serve humanity well." Eli stepped forward as the leader handed him a small, glowing device. It was sleek, elegant, and faintly warm to the touch. As he held it, the crystal in his toolbox pulsed in response, connecting with this new gift. Eli realized that together, they could amplify his ability to understand machines, systems, and energy in ways humans had never imagined. He spent the next few days learning from the device. It wasn't like reading a manual. It was like the device spoke to his mind directly, showing patterns, solutions, and connections. Circuits became clear, energy flows became visible, and even abstract problems seemed solvable. Eli realized that human creativity combined with such insight could transform technology, repair impossible systems, and help countless people across the galaxy. However, he also knew he had responsibilities. This gift could not be kept secret forever, nor could it be misused. He discussed the situation with the crew. "We have a chance to do something extraordinary," he said. "We can help others, repair what is broken, and maybe even explore the universe in ways humans have never dared. But we must be careful. Knowledge like this is powerful. Power must be used with care." The crew nodded, inspired by his words. They had seen Eli in action, had witnessed his courage and ingenuity, and now they understood that humans were capable of greatness when they combined intelligence, creativity, and compassion. As they prepared to leave the station, a sudden warning flashed on the main console. A rogue meteor cluster was approaching, threatening both their ship and the alien station. Eli's eyes narrowed. He had faced danger before, and he knew humans had an advantage: quick thinking, adaptability, and courage. He coordinated the crew, guiding them to secure the ship and prepare for evasive maneuvers. Using the knowledge gained from the alien device, he calculated precise paths to avoid the largest meteors and stabilize the station's energy shields. The crew followed his instructions perfectly, inspired by his calm and confidence. The meteor cluster hit with a violent force, shaking the station and rattling the ship. Sparks flew, alarms blared, and debris tumbled through space. Yet Eli remained focused. Step by step, he directed the crew, patched systems on the fly, and used the alien insights to protect both human and alien technology. When the storm passed, silence returned. The station was intact, the ship was safe, and the crew breathed deeply in relief. Eli smiled, knowing that humans had once again shown their resilience and skill. The alien gift had enhanced his abilities, but it was human courage, ingenuity, and teamwork that had saved the day. That night, as the stars glittered outside the observation deck, Eli held the glowing device in his hands. He felt a sense of wonder and responsibility. Humans were small in the vast universe, but they had something unique: the ability to think, adapt, and act with purpose. That was why he had earned the gift and why he could use it to help others. The crew slept, exhausted but safe. Eli stayed awake, gazing at the stars. He knew this was only the beginning. The alien gift was a tool, yes, but it was also a challenge. How would humans use this knowledge? Could they rise to the level of the universe around them? Eli believed they could. He had seen human determination, creativity, and courage firsthand. He had seen what humans could do when they faced the impossible. And so, with the gift in his hands and the stars stretching endlessly before him, Eli Carter prepared for the next chapter. Humans had a chance to prove themselves in the cosmos, and he would be at the forefront, showing the universe what humanity could achieve. Eli Carter stood on the observation deck of the human ship, the alien device glowing softly in his hands. The stars stretched endlessly outside, bright and silent, a reminder of how vast the universe truly was. The gift from the aliens had changed something inside him, not just his understanding of machines, but his confidence in humanity itself. Humans were small in the grand scheme of the galaxy, yet they had courage, creativity, and intelligence, qualities that could overcome any challenge. The crew of the ship had recovered from the meteor storm and the damaged systems. They moved with renewed energy, inspired by Eli's leadership. Even in the silence of space, their presence reminded him that humans could face any difficulty when they worked together. The alien gift had already proven useful. Eli could sense energy flows in machinery, anticipate failures, and solve problems that would have stumped him before. But the true test of his abilities and of humanity was about to come. A new signal appeared on the ship's main console. It was large, slow-moving, and unlike anything Eli had seen. It came from a massive energy storm, hundreds of kilometers wide, drifting toward a nearby human colony. The colony had no way to defend itself against such a natural disaster. Without intervention, thousands of lives could be lost. Eli's eyes narrowed. This was the moment humans had been waiting for, not just to survive, but to prove their worth in the galaxy. He turned to the crew. "We have to act," he said firmly. "The colony doesn't know this storm is coming. If we don't help, many people will be in danger, but we can fix it. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the courage. Let's do what humans do best." The crew nodded. They trusted Eli, not just because of his skills, but because he had shown time and again that humans could rise to any challenge. Eli guided the ship toward the storm. Using the alien device, he could see the storm's energy patterns. It wasn't just wind and debris. It was a complex system of energy flows, magnetic currents, and gravitational anomalies. Most humans would have been overwhelmed, but Eli understood the logic of the storm. He could predict its movement, anticipate dangerous zones, and calculate the safest path for intervention. The crew worked tirelessly, following Eli's instructions. Engineers reinforced the colony's shields remotely. Pilots evacuated the most vulnerable areas. Scientists ran calculations to stabilize the energy flows. It was teamwork, precision, and intelligence combined with courage, a true display of human strength. Eli maneuvered the ship close to the center of the storm. The alien device pulsed brightly, feeding him insight. He reached out, adjusting energy conduits and manipulating power fields around the storm. To the crew, it looked like magic, but it was pure understanding, intuition, and the gift of alien knowledge working together with human skill. The storm roared around them. Lightning-like energy arcs crackled through space. The ship trembled, shields strained, and alarms sounded. Yet Eli remained calm. He had faced danger before, repaired impossible machines, and worked with creatures no human had ever met. Humans could endure and overcome. This was just another challenge. Step by step, Eli guided the energy of the storm into controlled patterns. Magnetic currents were redirected, gravitational anomalies balanced, and the storm's destructive force diminished. The crew held their breath as the massive energy mass slowly stabilized, its dangerous power bending to the humans' careful guidance. Finally, after hours of concentrated effort, the storm's energy subsided. What had been a roaring, deadly tempest became a glowing, manageable field. The colony below was safe. Alarms faded, systems stabilized, and the human colonists, unaware of the full danger, went about their day. The crew cheered, exhausted but victorious. Eli felt a deep satisfaction, but he also felt something more: pride in humanity. The alien gift had helped, yes, but it was human courage, ingenuity, and determination that had saved thousands of lives. That was the real lesson. Humans could rise to challenges even in a universe filled with unknowns, danger, and advanced civilizations. After the storm, Eli spent time examining the alien device. It continued to pulse with energy, but now he understood it better. It wasn't just a tool. It was a teacher, a guide, and a test. It had enhanced his natural human abilities and allowed him to see solutions beyond ordinary comprehension. Yet, even with the device, the real hero was humanity itself. The crew asked questions about the aliens, the device, and the possibilities of using such gifts. Eli answered with care. This isn't about power. It's about responsibility. Humans can use this knowledge to help others, repair what is broken, and explore safely. But it must never be used recklessly. Knowledge is a tool, and tools are only as good as the hands that wield them. As days passed, Eli and his team used the device to repair more ships, stabilize distant colonies, and improve energy systems that had failed. Each success reinforced the same truth. Humans were capable of extraordinary things when they combined intelligence, creativity, and courage. One evening, as Eli gazed out at the stars, a new signal arrived. It was a message from the alien species he had helped before. Their words appeared on the ship's console. "Human, you have proven yourself and your species. We have observed your actions. Courage, intelligence, and compassion are your greatest strengths. You have our trust. Continue to grow, and humanity will rise among the stars." Eli smiled, feeling a mix of pride and humility. He had not acted for recognition or reward. He had acted because it was right. That was the essence of humanity, the willingness to step forward, solve problems, and protect others, even in the face of fear or danger. The alien gift, the storms, the damaged ships, the crises, all of it had led to this moment. Eli understood now that humans were more than fragile creatures in a vast universe. They had the ability to adapt, to think, and to act with purpose. They could inspire, protect, and build bridges between worlds. Eli continued his work, traveling from system to system, helping those in need. The crew followed his example, learning that patience, courage, and clever thinking could accomplish what seemed impossible. Every repaired ship, every stabilized colony, every challenge overcome was a testament to human resilience and skill. The alien device remained with Eli, glowing softly, a reminder of the trust placed in humanity. It had given him insight, but it had also shown him a greater truth. Humans could achieve greatness not just through tools or technology, but through their heart and mind. Months later, Eli received another message from the aliens. This time it was an invitation, a chance for humans to visit their homeworld, to learn, share, and explore together. Eli gathered his crew and looked at the stars. "We've come a long way," he said, "and now humanity has a chance to step further into the galaxy. We will show them what we can do and what humans truly are." The crew cheered, filled with hope and excitement. They had seen human courage and ingenuity firsthand. They had experienced danger, challenges, and victories, and they knew that their species had the potential to shine among the stars. Eli set a course for the alien world. The ship glided through space, confident and steady, carrying not just humans but the spirit of humanity itself. He felt the pulse of the alien device in his hands and smiled. Together, humans and allies from distant worlds could face the unknown, explore the galaxy, and grow stronger. The universe was vast, filled with wonders and mysteries. Yet Eli Carter knew one thing clearly: humans could rise to any challenge. They could repair the broken, protect the weak, and achieve greatness through courage, intelligence, and compassion. That was the true gift of humanity, and it shone brighter than any alien device. As the stars stretched endlessly before them, Eli felt a sense of purpose and pride. Humans had the tools, the knowledge, and the heart to face the cosmos. And now, with the alien gift and their own strength, they were ready to meet the universe head-on. Eli Carter leaned back in his chair, watching the alien world grow larger on the viewscreen. This was only the beginning. Humans had proven they could rise above fear, solve impossible problems, and show courage when it mattered most. The universe would remember this. And Eli, small but determined, knew that humanity's story among the stars was just starting. He gripped the controls, ready for the journey ahead. The crew prepared for landing, systems humming perfectly under his guidance. And as the alien world welcomed them, Eli felt a deep certainty. Humans were not just survivors. They were explorers, problem solvers, and friends to those willing to trust them. They were humanity, bold, clever, and courageous, and the galaxy had yet to see their full potential. The journey continued, but the lessons remained. Courage, creativity, teamwork, and heart, these were humanity's greatest tools, and with them, even the impossible could be achieved.